everybody, this is Roxy, and I just wanted to show a quick video on how to make the little brag books that I showed in a recent video. They're little 4x4 mini albums, and it's just to hold some photos and a little bit of journaling. This is one for Christmas. I used My Mind's Eye and some Webster pages combined. And then I used elements from the papers that this was a 6x6 pad that I cut up, and so there was a lot of strips of wasted paper, so I just cut out little elements that I found on those to kind of add. I got a little glue problem here that I added to the page so that there's little pockets here and there to tuck things. Here's another one. There's that one. And then I just used minimal decorations because you figure these are going to go into like pocketbooks and pockets and purses and whatnot. So you might want to keep the decoration on the front minimal. I took advantage of the Santa Claus and this strip of Merry Christmas that was on the paper. And then I also added kind of a Dear Santa from one of the scraps of paper after cutting. This is another one I used. This is a hot buy paper from Michaels. It was a $5 paper pad, 12x12. And I also used corner adorner on this one. And that's kind of these little punches. You may have seen them. They're really cool for cards and whatnot. And I'm going to have a little avalanche here. So I just used, again, and some washi tape to kind of decorate some of the mats. And then I included a couple of the elements, the journal cards from the paper pack. And here's more washi. And then here is the back of it. Again, washi tape, another journal card. I just put washi on most of the pages just to give it a little extra oomph. So that's that one. So I will quickly show you. They are so simple. For the base of the card, you only need one 12x12. And for the photo mats, you need about 1.5 12x12s because you need 14 photo mats. So I'm using a color book solid paper. And then this is a really fun crate paper pack. I thought I'd make kind of a masculine or a boy. I gotta fix my flamingo here. Hang on. There. Sorry. And this is kind of a masculine, but I also made a December daily page out of this. It's really versatile paper. So I've got some scraps in here. I'm just gonna pull those out first, so I can use these up and then just add to them. And I could use this for the cover. That'd be pretty cute. So they know it's a happy birthday card or a mini. And I'm kind of thinking boy because masculine is a little hard to find. So I'm going to pass on the cupcakes. Here's some happy birthday music. That would be cute. And I could just use one sheet, but I think I'm going to kind of change this one up. And then what I also would suggest is, I love this paper, is using the elements that they have in these paper pads. For instance, you could cut some of these out for journaling spots on the photo page. Or, this reminds me of Charlie Brown. Where did I see it? Here. These would be perfect on the cover, like a little tag. This is a great paper pack. And then there's some more back here that we could use. Some strips, you could cut these out. Cut them this way, so you have like a... And then here's another, ooh, these are already cut out, good. So I use that. I save everything. Don't throw anything away in your paper cards. Alright, so let's start with the base of the photo Bragg book. And then I pulled washi tape already too. Here's, I'll show it again. Variety of companies that I have. Alright, so for color book, I don't think this is a full page. I must have already used that. Sorry, hang on. This will work. That's kind of peachy. I did not notice that I've already used that page. Here's one. Alright, back to where I was. Okay, so with color book and a lot of other paper pads, you first have to trim off that extra about ½ an inch up there. And there's a perforated line. Oh, I need my blade. Okay. And then you just go for 3 4-inch strips. Oops. I think I need a new blade. I think I've used that too much. It's not staying in its little groove. And then I'm going to cut out my photo mats too. This is already, and the photo mats are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And you can either decorate the corner, round the corner, use one of those corner adorners, or leave them square. And I kind of like to leave them square too. That's kind of nice looking. It's nice and crisp looking. So you need 14 of these. 3. And I'm just using up my scraps that I have so I can get rid of those. And on this, I would even leave this if you wanted to, because that kind of gives it a little extra element in your on your page. That's 5. Eight. I need more paper. I don't like this wire thing in here, but 11. I'm going to cut a couple extra just so I can have some wiggle room. And these are super fast and easy to make. Okay, there's my papers, scraps. Then we need our score board. And now you just have to score it at 4 inches and at 8 inches. Am I even in camera there? Yeah. And crease them. And on the gluing these together, I use glue. You can use double-sided tape, your ATG gun, whatever, but I just kind of like to use glue. I just think it really holds better. And this paper is thick enough where it's not going to show through. So now what you want to do is you want to make sure this is kind of textured on one side and not on the other. So we want to put all the textured pieces up. And then you just glue this. Glue them together. And do the same with the last one. The texture side up. And I just kind of... Okay, now, when you get this done, I'll move you over here a little bit, you'll notice that it's kind of angled. And what I do is then I just kind of pinch this together so that, do you see how it's like that? And then keep my pinch over here so it's straight. And then just kind of squeeze this side so it kind of gets it back on track. Okay, that's it. Now you want it to open this way. So we will start with the cover. And then I kind of like to keep like papers together. And it's just a matter of taste and design and what you want to do. So, I think we've got happy birthday here. I'm not going to put the happy birthday right away. I think I'll put a couple of these. And a trick to getting things so that the border is nice and straight is pay attention to one corner when you're putting your papers down. So this is, this is 4x4 and these are 3 1/4 or 3 3/4. So you need about 1/8 of an inch around. So watch this corner down here. And if you can get that straight, you've got it all straight. Okay. This would be, I could do a chevron on the next one. And this one I think I'll do. So again, watch that bottom left corner. And give yourself about 1/8 of an inch. And then what's the kind of the fun part about this is you can do both sides differently. And plus, once they get photos and stuff on there, you're really just going to see these as backgrounds. want to do a stripe with this. And then leave the cover, the back cover blank for now, because we need to put the ribbon on there. I want this to be my back cover. I'm going to save that. This will be, these are really fun and easy to make. And you, like I said, if you use the elements from the paper pads, it really makes it simple and inexpensive. And then, you know, the paper pads with their little elements, they kind of do the work for you. Oops, I don't think I want that there. I think I want this one. That's what's nice about glue too, is you can pull it off when you want. There. Then, okay, so I am going to either use this twine or this black. I think I like the twine. So I cut about 18 inches, enough to tie. You can do a little more if you're not sure. And then here's where I always glue down the twine or the ribbon, because you want to make sure that it can't get pulled out. And like I normally, or the other ones I've used my ATG gun. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. First of all, find the center of your ribbon or twine and then put that in the center of your thing, your back page. And then I like go over this with more glue, just so it stays. And then I will glue the back page down. And find a little thing to put on here. Just gonna use this tag. think I'll pop that up. Well, maybe not. I better not, because you don't want too much on the covers. Like I said, because they're going to be going in and out of purses and pockets and manhandling. Everybody's going to be looking at them and commenting on the photos and wondering why they're not in it. All right. Then for some little decorations, you can use some washi tape for the inside. You don't want it to get fat because the whole idea of it is that it's little or, you know, compact. So I think I'll put some washi on here. Too much. Like that. I want to cover up the days because, you know, they'll want it. It'll be, I don't know, never mind. There, so now we can cover or decorate the inside a little bit with some washi. These are various washis. One is, two of them are from October Afternoon. And that is this one and this one. And who knows where the other ones are from. I do not remember. And washi can be just very random, which is pretty fun. It's just to give a little bit of decoration. I hope whoever gets this isn't anal and think, oh, I gotta put a picture when he was 8. Or maybe they should get anal and do that. There. All right, so this is it. That's all you do. Yeah, I could put more tags inside from the paper, but I don't want to bore you. And here's some more little tags I can cut up and put in there. So I hope you try these. They're really fun. And don't forget how fancy you can get, and to use all the little elements in your paper packs. Thanks for watching. Bye.